Uh, Madam Chair, hindi po ako lawyer. Pero sa tingin ko po, what I am about to say has something to do with the security, not just of the province of Negros Oriental, but in a bigger scale, the whole country in general. The Vice President and the alleged mastermind of my husband's murder appear to share a common connection through attorney Ferdinand Tupacio, who is both the lawyer of Mr. Teves and a known ally of the VP. We also learned that the Vice President visited Mr. Teves while he was in jail. At first, there were different reports about that visit. Later, it was clarified that the visit was indeed of Mr. Teves, according to SILG Remulla. However, during a Justice Committee hearing, Congressman Chel Jokno raised a serious concern that the purpose of that visit may have been related to harming Mr. Madriaga, a witness to this case. Madam Chair, if there is even a possibility that this is true, this is really very alarming. Until now, we have not heard any clear explanation from the VP. There was an interview that she was asked whether or not the visit indeed took place. And the answer was brushed aside, and I think what she said was hindi niya kilala si Madriaga, but did not answer directly whether or not she went to visit Teves in jail together with his lawyer. As the second highest official of the country and someone who plans to run for the highest position, the public deserves a clear answer. Ganito po kasi yun. When my husband was murdered, kayang gawin ito ng isang politiko. At mas lalong kaya itong gawin ng walang katakot-takot kung ang backup ng isang taong may kilalang assassin ay isang taong nakapwesto sa ikalawang pinakamataas na posisyon ng ating government. We have also heard statements made publicly that included threats against other officials. Some may say these were said out of emotion, but for families like ours who have experienced real violence, we cannot take such statements lightly. We know the words, we know that words, especially from powerful people, can have real consequences. That is why we are asking for clarity, truth, and accountability. In fairness to the Vice President, since she is not present today, maaari ko ba pong i-direct yung aking mga katanungan to the National Bureau of Investigation?
You may proceed, Honorable Digamo.
NBI Director, sir, may I know of the current status of the investigation regarding the reported jail visit po?
Well, nag-imbestiga po kami dyan dun sa visit na yan, and we have established that on two occasions, Vice President Sara Duterte visited BJMP Camp Bagong Diwa, initially trying to visit Ramil Madriaga, but we were informed by Madriaga that ayaw niyang humarap. At the same time, nung nangyari yon, ang pinuntahan niya ay si Arnie Teves po.
May ebidensya po ba tayo? Kasi palagi nating sinasabi, dapat may resibo. In fairness to the VP, we need to show to the public na hindi lang po ito gawa-gawa na statement na nag-visit siya, hindi lang ito sinisiraan siya, kaya sinasabi na she visited. Maaari po kaya nating ma-include bilang evidence or pieces of evidence proof that indeed there was a visit that took place.
It was confirmed by the then jail warden po doon, and in fact the NBI are requesting for the CCTV even before, but we have reports na may official report po kami na nangyari yung pagbisita, and we are also issuing us na nag-issue kami ng subpoena to get the logbook po ng mga bumisita rito.
Mahalagang parte po ang ebidensya sa ating pagtatanong because again, in the province of Negros Oriental, back in 2022, when she ran for office as Vice President together with the President, magka-allies po kami with this group. And ayaw po natin na sasabihin na kini-question natin yung kanyang intensyon. Pero para po sa amin na, who live in Negros Oriental all our lives, napakahalaga po ng ebidensya na maipakita para hindi po sasabihin na meron tayong kinikilingan o we are just trying to destroy or to yung pagsabihan siya ng hindi tama para po maliwanagan ang aming taong bayan in Negros Oriental kung ano talaga yung real score po dito. Kasi po, if I may say this further, we have kasama po namin ng mga biktima who are also loyal supporters of the VP. Yung the kind who will really bring placards for her. And kung may katotohanan po ang sinasabi ni Madriaga na pinuntahan siya at siya ang target ng pagpunta kay Teves, dapat po maliwanagan yung aming mga kababayan in Negros Oriental to the harm that it could possibly bring kung totoo man po ito. Kasi po, talagang naniniwala tayo na hindi tama na violence ang magiging sagot sa ating mga gustong mangyari. No matter how difficult it will be na ituwid ang mga bagay, parang hindi po talaga dapat option ang violence. And last po, is there any link, any verified link between the visit and any plan to harm Mr. Madriaga po?
There was a report of an attempt to harm Mr. Madriaga in one occasion, and nagpadala po kami ng mga investigating officers doon from NBI at na-establish po na meron talagang isang detained prisoner doon na bagong lipat pa lang ay nag-attempt na saktan po si Mr. Madriaga.
Salamat po, NBI Chair. Madam Chair, we are not here to accuse without basis. We are here to seek answers, not only for our family, but for all Filipinos who deserve leaders they can trust. Yan lang po, Madam Chair. Maraming salamat.
That concludes our deliberation on the allegations of threat and destabilization. Thank you, Congresswoman Janice Digamo, of course, the wife of the late Governor Ruel Digamo, who was murdered while serving his constituents in the province of Negros Oriental. Thank you, Kong Janice. Since we have concluded already our deliberations on the allegations of threat and destabilization, we anticipate the committee to decide on whether or not we will be determining the existence or non-existence of the probable cause now. But before we go to that, let me direct again the COMSEC. Please call the Vice President for the fourth time.
May the committee know if the respondent, Vice President Sara C. Duterte, is present in today's hearing? the respondent, Vice President Sara C. Duterte, is not present in today's hearing, Madam
Let
Chair.
it be placed on record that the committee secretary called for the 4th time Respondent Vice President. And to this hour, she continues to be not around in our proceeding today. The same is for our intention to cater to the Vice President the continuing opportunity to present her evidence, including counter evidence to what has been presented already by the NBI, including raising clarificatory questions through the justice members. That is for the record. Would you like to say something, Director Matibag?
Madam Chair, if there's no other questions directed to the Bureau, maybe be excused by the committee. We have to go back to our office. Hindi po natutulog yung krimen kaya may mga huhulihin pa po tayo.
May we confirm from the justice members the requested excuse, to be excused by the NBI Director? No objection?
No objection, Madam Chair.
All right. With that, we excuse NBI Director Melvin Matibag, including all the agents who are with him. Maraming salamat po for taking time with the Justice Committee in our impeachment proceeding.
Maraming salamat din po. Buhay po kayo.
The NBI officials are excused.
Baka pwedeng kumustahin ko muna si Director Melvin Matibag. Kumusta po kayo?
Hindi naman po. Medyo mainit lang po. Nasira yata yung aircon nyo
Nakakatulog naman po kayo.
Well, okay naman po, except that siguro if you're repairing dun sa social media, we just noticed that me and my wife were under attack sa social media starting nung Monday until today. So,
Baka
I
kaya
don't
ka
know.
naiinitan.
Hindi naman po, relax lang po tayo.
Pero you can confirm to this honorable committee na lahat po ng impormasyon na inyong binibigay at lahat po ng mga dokumentong inyong binibigay ay dumaan sa tamang pag-vet or correct vetting and wala po ditong peking dokumento.
Unang-una po, dumating ako, nandyan na naman po lahat ng dokumento na yan. It was already submitted to the Department of Justice. At dyan po lahat authenticated. Wala po kaming pinalitan, wala po kaming dinagdag. Ang nadagdag lang po rito ay yung aking order na magkaroon ng continuing investigation because to me and to the Bureau ay seryoso po ang threat sa buhay po ng ating Pangulo.
Madam Chair, napakarami po ng videos na plinay. Hindi ko alam kung meron pang ibang mga videos in the possession of the National Bureau of Investigation. Tanong ko lang po sa NBI, talaga bang lahat ng videos kanina ay totoo? Wala po bang AI doon?
Yes po, totoo po yan. Ayan po ay authenticated lahat po ng ipinasa namin sa committee po ito.
Madam Chair, doon ko kasi sa video, meron tayong mga nakikitang galit na galit ang Vice Presidente. Yung bang parang gigil na gigil, no, na parang hindi siya makapagsalita ng diretso dahil sa galit. Hindi po ba ito manipulado o AI?
Nag-validate po yung aming mga technical personalities dyan sa NBI at lumalabas po na lahat po yan ay authentic at totoo. Wala pong AI. Gaya po ng sinabi kanina ni Agent Kalilong na lahat po yan ay totoo.
Sa inyo po bang eksperyensya, pangkaraniwan ba itong behavior ng isang highly positioned government official?
Well, I'm not an expert on the behavior of a person, pero sabi ko nga, meron kaming behavioral science department na aming kinukonsulta at tataka-taka po na ganyan yung behavior. At siguro naman po, if we'll go back to our history na mga dati na rin nanungkulan ng parehas na posisyon, hindi naman po yata nagkaroon ng ganyan po na pangyayari.
May last question, Madam Chair, kasi kanina may nagsabi, it was a political hyperbole, no? Parang joke lang. Hindi po ba, matanong lang yung NBI, kapag ikaw ay isang pasahero at nagbigay ka ng bump joke, sumakay ka ng eroplano at sinabi mong, bobombahin ko ito o may dala akong bomba, is it being considered as very serious by the NBI or other government agencies, or pwede mong sabihin, joke lang po?
Well, hindi lang po sa Pilipinas, that is already an internationally accepted law. At nasa batas na po yan na sinabi na yung biro na yan ay hindi considered the biro but will always be considered as a serious threat po.
Yeah. Last comment, Madam Chair. Kunyari po, no? Kunyari lang po. Ako'y nagsalita at sinabi ko, ipapapatay ko ang isang tao. Versus nagsalita ko, ipapapatay ko yung isang tao. May pagkakaiba po ba yun or wala?
From the point of view of law enforcement, ay susundan po namin parehas yan. Kasi it's not how you said it, but it will be the gravity based on the investigation. Pagsasama-samahin po yan, it will be the confluence of events. Ano pa ba yung mga naging action na yan? And if it's specifically directed to a person, at saka po yung who will be the beneficiary, at ano yung magiging benepisyo pa po other than sa monetary na maaring mangyari sa'yo.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Just to manifest, bilang mga government officials, minsan may mga bagay-bagay na yung ating emosyon ay pwedeng pumutok. However, kaakibat sa ating posisyon ay ang pagkontrol, ang pag-decipher, ang pag-discern. Dahil minsan, kapag tayo ay palaging galit at lahat ng ating mga ipapahayag ay may kasamang galit, hindi maliliwanagan yung mga bagay-bagay na ating sasabihin. And oftentimes, when we mention these statements in the heat of our emotions, this can cause destabilization. Lalo't lalo na kapag ikaw ay naghahawak ng posisyon kagaya ng Vice Presidente o bilang pangalawang Pangulo. In other words, Madam Chair, allow me to manifest that the issues on anger, on demeanor, on statements that cannot be acceptable as members of highly ranking positions, lahat po ng mga ito, Madam Chair, ay dapat matingnan at dapat mabusisi kasi hindi po pwedeng sabihin natin na joke lang. Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Thank you very much, distinguished
Thank you,
colleagues.
DS Gerim.